There goes the goat around the circuit one more time. After having found a new setup, the camera angles are kind of crap, but... Oh, the goat's set the fastest lap. That's... I don't think that's happened since Australia, and I think I called him the GOAT, but let's listen in to his team radio and see his reaction to this development.
That's wonderful stuff you get. You just put in the fastest lap of the session so far. Oh boy, lucky me. That's fantastic. That's what that is.
What's up, peeps? It's Hanafuda. We're here at the Hungarian in Motor Road 4, the Hungarian Grand Prix. The GOAT shocked everybody in the motorsport community by setting the fastest times in practice and qualifying. So he starts on pole today, next to Steve Morgan. I'm going to take a second to just, I don't know, think about how eerily close the real-life races are to the races I've been doing. Well, don't really say the same about the Michigan race, because that was the spring one? Or summer one. No, spring one. Well, the first one in summer, probably. Summer started in June. I don't know. And this Michigan race was the second Michigan race. The one in the Cup Series is the first one. But now we're doing the Hungarian Grand Prix, which was the first... No, which was the Grand Prix from this month, before they went on break. Next race is at Belgium in 2 weeks, and that happens to be the next race on this calendar. So that portion of the calendar doesn't seem to have changed much since 2001. Kanan Matsuda starts next to Derek Campbell on the second row. Then we got James Saunders, Yukio Hagiwara, Kiku Honda, Patrick Smith, Zachary Taylor, Ray Sura, Hibiki Ganaha, Joey Trickle, Eric Monica, Chihu Ko, Tito Peters, Ai Hidaka, Matsuri Tokugawa, Azusa Miura, my dad, Rupert Weissmiller, and rounding out the field, Yo Watanabe and Mei Xiao. So without any further hesitation, let's just go 12 laps around the Hungaroring. I don't know about you, but I imagine that this one is going to be a cracker. So here are the cars lined up on the grid. Lights out, go, go, go at Hungary. That's a good start from the GOAT. I keep saying the GOAT, and I'm not sure why. That's an even better start from Steve Morgan. He's going to lead the field to the flag. Look at them fly towards this first corner here, which is like a hairpin, but a bit like parabolica in that the radius seems to decrease as you exit the turn, and that's Steve Morgan well into the lead. Derek Cameron also managed to get by the GOATs while he was at it, and pushes the GOAT back to third. Here comes Yukio Hagiwara on the inside, looking to get by the GOAT as the GOAT heads a bit wide there. You can hear his tires squeal, and there's a bit of a tire mark left on the track there, but the GOAT's going to get by Hagiwara. Look at Smith, he moved up quite a bit. He's gone past Kanan Matsuda, who started third. Oh my days, look at Rupert Weissmiller. He started 20th, and he managed to make his way up the field. We should take a look at the start again and see this unfold. Just a small detour. Watch Weissmiller to start. Here he is, focusing on him right now. There they go, heading into turn one. Look at all the positions he manages to take. He gets by Ray Sura and Patrick Smith. And that's... well, no, Saunders. And that's an impressive performance. actually quite a few cars in the field have been bunched up. Watanabe started 21st, and she's now heading up the middle of the field. So we're going to get back to our live action, of course. Didn't stray too far off from it, and that's Steve Morgan well into the lead. Not sure if he'll be able to go for the commanding one. Derek Hamill is spaced out a bit from behind him. The camera angles are worse on this track than I remember them being. I guess TV2 is the one we're going to have to stick with. I think that was the same with, I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. Here they go underneath Vodafone batter. It wasn't obvious my speaking ability has dramatically decreased. I don't know why. Can't honestly tell you. I guess that's just part of the charm of these videos, isn't it? That's Patrick Smith by Yukio Hagiwara there. He's probably going to look to get by the goat there as they head towards the final few turns. They're in the third sector, of course. Here comes Steve Morgan around the penultimate turn and into the final one, this 180-degree last turn, otherwise known as a hairpin. And Steve Morgan's going to lead the first lap of this 12-lap Grand Prix. We're a bit silent here, but that's because there's really not much to say. These races do tend to be a bit boring, and these camera angles are absolutely terrible. Although having said that, they're not as bad as Melbourne's or Monaco's. Both of them. Yeah, I think Monaco's the one where TV2 was better than TV1. TV1 was always being blocked by some buildings and such. It was quite annoying. Tunnel. It wasn't really a good shot of it. Though having said that, we did manage to see the goat crash with Hidaka collecting Derek Hamill in the process. I believe it was Derek Hamill, the guy running second at present moment. We can take a look at your order if you want to. Well, since you can't answer this question at present moment, we'll go through it for you. Steve Morgan's leading the race, Derek Hamill the goat, Patrick Smith, Yukio Hagiwara, and Kana Matsuda in the point spots. Behind them, Rupert Weissmuller, James Saunders, Racer, Joey Trickle, Kiki Honda, Chihu Kawai, Hidaka, Yo Watanabe, Zachary Taylor, Hibiki Ganaha, Eric Monaco, Aza Samira, Tito Peters, the Goat's Dad, Matsui Tokugawa, and Mei Shell. The field hasn't spaced out too far from each other, like we usually see. Well, you sure are seeing it now. Look at the leads. Oh, here comes Patrick Smith, looking very aggressive behind the Goat. He tried to go for the overtake in the first turn, but the Goat blocked him, or just had a better line. Patrick Smith's definitely going to be looking to take that position away and put himself on the podium. Sounds like a good objective good objectives. I can't go into commentary like this. My days. And oh dear, that's the Goat trying to get by Derek Hamill. Can he nail the position? Yes, he can. Derek Hamill a bit slow off the corner. He's going to lose that position to Patrick Smith. Now he could lose fourth place to Hagiwara, but as we know, Hagiwara is about as aggressive as a roly-poly. So, doubt that's going to be happening anytime soon. However, we could say it might be happening sometime soon as the Goat trying to make a move on Steve Morgan. Steve Morgan appears to have developed a rather commanding lead. I'd put it at that. But that's because Derek Hamill was a bit slow through Sector 2, the first half of it, or first part. And he's managed to build up a sizable lead over the Goat, but here comes the Goat. Oh, here comes Patrick Smith. Side by side through that penultimate turn. Goat's a bit loose off the corner. He's going to have the inside line heading into the final hairpin. He's going to nail that position. Look how fearless these guys are as they get right close to that line, that wall where it begins. Meanwhile, Steve Morgan is heading into the first turn. We're about 33% over this race as the goat goes a bit wide. 33% of this race. Again, if I could speak properly, which I might be able to someday. Let's look at your laps. Patrick Smith, who's running in third place, has the fastest lap. Second fastest appears to be Yukio Hagiwara. Third is the goat. Fourth, Derek Hamill. Fifth, Steve Morgan, your leader, and sixth racer. Then Kanen Matsuda, James Saunders, Chihu Ko, and Rupert Weissmuller. Let's find out where Weissmuller is. He's in 7th position. What about Chihu Ko? 12th. Maybe looking to see him moving up the field, but it does look like he's lost position to Ahidaki actually, so I guess he's no longer setting fast laps. Says, oh dear, bit of contact with the goat and Derek Hamill. You see, Patrick Smith had already gotten by. We always seem to cut away from the footage to talk about other unrelated and unimportant things as soon as an important overtake is made, so we're going to look at this one. Goat's a bit slow heading into the chicane, and Patrick Smith capitalizes on that and takes position away. Derek Hamill and the goat made a bit of contact heading through the chicane side by side. That's the goat past Derek Hamill again. Here comes Yukio Hagiwara. Let's see if she can get past her nearly non-existent aggression and make the move. Don't think she will, but she's going to ride in Hamill's slipstream for a second or two. Or 10, you never really know with these people. Strange things happen all the time. In our series, well, my series, slowest lap of the day belongs to Mei Xiao, who's running in last. Bit of a departure from the performance of her teammate in these past few Grands Prix. He did have a very unlucky run at France, and he was denied points, well, the podium at Britain, but in Germany, I do believe he managed to get the podium. It's been a while since we've had a Japanese driver win in the F1 series, actually. The last time I remember is Hagiwara in Monaco. And before that, Ganaha in the Netherlands, but maybe that's just my bad memory. You can see the goat's gone a bit wide there. Derek Hamill's still looking to take that position. Derek Hamill's trying to take the position again. I swear, my voice might just be on this try not to laugh compilation one day. My days. I'm not even trying. I think we're gonna scrub through the action a bit. Here we go, lap 6, and the goat has been running side by side with Patrick Smith. He's going to take the position heading into the first turn. And unless Patrick Smith has something to say about it, a bit of a locket from the goat, or at least a squealing tires. He, did some extra braking action heading into the turn, and that's the goat holding the position. He's right behind Steve Morgan now. Steve Morgan has been dominating this race. He's led the entire first half of it after a better start than the goat. That's not to say that he's not feeling the pressure from the goat. And here he comes. He's going to try to make the move. The inside into this turn here. Heading towards the second sector. The goat's going to back off a bit. One of my watched items happens to be an old Ferrari F1 set, and it's probably going to, the listing's probably going to end soon, but as it turns out, I don't have $45 or so to spend on the thing, plus shipping and tax. My birthday's in 9 days, by the way. It's on August 22nd. Just some random information that isn't really necessary. Look at the goat. He's having a fantastic run so far. He's managed to keep it on the track and not bottle it. As we've seen, he usually spins eventually, or has a bad crash, or all of those things, and ends up losing even more time when he has to go repair that damage in the pits. But yeah, he's been doing quite well today. Steve Morgan's definitely been doing well to hold back the pressure here. The winner of your German Grand Prix, your previous race, he's going to head into the pits. The goat's going to stay out. Let's see how close again he gets to that wall. Here they go into the pit lane. Let's see who stays out. We can take a look on the left side. That's the goat flying by. This almost looks like a really long downward dip right here, but I guess the entry into turn 1 is pretty steep. Guess I didn't really know. Oh dear, contact with the goat, and goat's dad, actually. What's gone wrong here? Let's take a look at this. Have any problems on pit road? Tito Peters making a bit of contact with Hidaka, and Eric Monaco being shunted out of his pit stall by his teammate Chihu Ko. They're both shoving into each other. That's confusing. And then with the goat's dad, not sure what went wrong there. There was contact with Vice Miller and I believe Miura? Yes, Miura. And then the goat's dad made contact with Vice Miller. That's Vice Miller out of his pit stall. Let's see where Morgan's ended up. Morgan's exiting right now. You can see that this entry into, well, it's a bit exaggerated right there. That's Hagiwara out in front of Smith. Faster pit stops make the difference. Derek Camel out in front of Rupert Vice Miller. Then there's Racer, Joey Trickle, Steve Morgan's teammate, of course. Hidaka, Tito Peters, Hibiki Gana has Kana Matsuda and Mei Xiao exit the pits. And that's not Mei Xiao, that's Kiku Honda. I can't believe I made that mistake. I'm probably going to have to, I don't know. Anyways, James Saunders and Zachary Taylor are out. Eric Monaco and Chihu Ko are stuck in pit road. Clearly a bad day for them. Yo Watanabe is finally getting tires on a car, it seems. Looks like the goat's dad, Azu Samira, and Matsuri Tokigawa are going to be stuck in pit road for the foreseeable future. Meanwhile, goat's being told to box, so it's time for her in the box. You can see those 5 cars previously mentioned, stuck in pit road. .5-second NASCAR style pit stop for the GOAT. That's decent, and that's managed to get him quite a bit in front of Steve Morgan, but Steve Morgan is still following very closely behind. As you can see, there's the GOAT, and here's Steve Morgan. 1, 2, 3. It seems like they're 3 seconds apart from each other. Yeah, that's some high performance technology we've got there. But it does look like Patrick Smith has retaken the position from Yukio Hagiwara, and Derek Hamill is definitely going to be looking aggressive behind her as well. I keep saying Yukio and I keep mentioning that, but might as well say Hagiwara. Guess on that logic I would say Ibiki Gana. Ever watch Mazinger Z in Spanish where they call him Koji Kabuto? Yeah. Instead of Koji, it's Koji, which sounds like a Japanese word for coffee. Bit of an interesting tidbit that we can just mention at the beginning of this Grand Prix. Well, near the tail end of this Grand Prix. Let's skip to lap 9 and see what's going on. And I said, hey, yay. Oh dear, Steve Morgan's taking the lead. When did this happen? Let me guess, the GOAT bottled it. Did he bottle it? He bottled it. What a clown, this GOAT. Watch this. He was doing so well, and let it all go in the end. I think the GOAT will have to settle for second place, because Steve Morgan definitely deserves the victory today. He's been driving impressively. He's dominated this whole race. The GOAT has put up quite a bit of a challenge, but then he spun it. And that gap that the GOAT worked so hard to close in the first few laps has reopened with only 4 to go. And I don't think the GOAT's going to be able to recover from that. Once the GOAT's dead out of pit road, convenient. But Miura, Tokugawa, and the 2 Benettons, Ko and Monaco, are still stuck there. Lap 10, and I don't think the GOAT's going to be able to do it. I don't think he'll be able to pull it off. That's Miura exiting the pits. Not going to do her too much good. Tokugawa and Ko are out. Ko out, of course, with no rear wing. That's definitely going to affect performance. That and it just looks hilarious. No word on whether his teammate will exit, but we don't need any word. He's coming out right now. That is fantastic. The Ghost built up quite a gap between himself and Patrick Smith. Take a look at your order. Steve Morgan leading the race. The Goat, Smith, Hagiwara, Hamill, and Weissmuller in the points positions. Weissmuller could definitely use having more points. Outside the points, Racer, Hidaka, Azasamira, well, Azasamira, Matsuki Tokugawa, quite a few laps down, 2 in fact. Tito Peters, Hibiki Ganahachi, who goes 2 laps down. There's Mei Xiao, who's actually managed to move up the field. Surprising. Kanen Matsuda, Kiku Honda, James Saunders, Eric Monica's 2 laps down, of course, Zachary Taylor, Yo Watanabe, Joey Trickle, Goat's dad. Last of the cars on the lead lap. His son, of course, is... well, it looks like he's actually managed to close the gap a bit. He could be on for challenging Morgan for the race win today. Never thought we'd say that. Never thought in a long time we'd see the Goat running in second place this close to the end. We've seen it before. He's bottled it right at the end. Mostly in the Cup Series. And very commonly coming in... well, there was the one with Daniel Volas. Oh dear! Contact with Goat and Morgan! That's them into the sand, and the Goat's going to have to slow down a bit so that Morgan can get back up to speed. The problem now is Patrick Smith is looking aggressive behind the Goat. They're always looking aggressive and nothing else, only aggressive. Here they go into the final turn. The Goat's going to try to defend from the outside, but Patrick Smith is going to have the inside that's more advantageous for that final corner, and he's going to take that position as Steve Morgan crosses the line for the penultimate time. Well, he's got one more lap to go. He's the man. He's got to bring it home. But here comes the Goat. He managed to retake the position from Patrick Smith already. And he's still on to steal the win from Steve Morgan. It's very unlikely, but, well, never had a 10% chance of rain and in you having to buy an umbrella at the store because it's pouring outside. Exactly. Here comes the Goat trying to move to the inside through this turn. He's going to back off a bit. Steve Morgan's going to have a better exit from that turn and hold the position to perfection. Hold the position to perfection. I don't know what that means. Here they go through the second sector. Morgan's definitely feeling the pressure. The Goat's right behind him. He's moving on the inside. Here comes the Goat. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. That's the Goat into the lead with 1 sector to go. Astonishing scenes at the end of this Hungarian Grand Prix. Goat's just got to hold on. He went a little deep into that turn. Will he spin it again? Will lightning strike? Will the Goat hit the wall in pit road? Well, he hasn't done it there. But what about now? Ladies and gentlemen, I never thought I'd be saying this, but the Goat wins an F1 race, the Hungarian Grand Prix. Unbelievable. That's embarrassing. Oh dear. There we go. Also, did anybody notice Asa Miura has no rear wing either? Completely screwed that up at the end, and now, instead of being Michael Schumacher and acting like a conductor, I'm just going to talk over the Italian national anthem. And the goat's going to do donuts. Oh my days. And we just received word that the goat's going to be fined a few £1,000s for doing donuts in the front stretch. Goat had the fastest time in practice and qualifying, and for once, it brought him the race win. Steve Morgan and Patrick Smith are going to share the podium with the man, the myth, the goat. Well, the greatest of all time, the goat. Yuki Hagiwara, Derek Hamlin, and Rupert Weissmuller are going to walk away today with more points for their bid to win the championship. And we'll have to see if Yo Watanabe can still win if she gets 4 race wins in a row. Race Surai, Hidaka, Tito Peters, Hibiki Kanaha, Kiku Honda, Kana Matsuda, James Saunders, Zachary Taylor, Yo Watanabe, Mei Xiao, Joey Trickle, and the Goat's dad finished on the lead lap today. Azusa Mira, Matsuda Tokugawa, Chihu Ko, and Eric Monaco finished 2 laps down after some stupidity on pit road. Now the pace car's lonely. What a sad existence, those 2 guys in their lead. I think one's well, yeah. The goat ekes out. The goat what ekes out a win at Hungaroring. Next race, Belgium, which is actually accurate for 2001 because it has the bus stop, which is an actual bus stop, and not just a normal chicane. Bro. So, since we're not going to be using that ending music, and I'm actually going to be analyzing the Drivers and Constructors Championship standings for these last few races, we'll just start with the drivers and then move on to the constructors. We'll go through the whole drivers thing. So, most of these positions have remained unchanged. Weissmuller's 1 point hasn't moved him up at all, and Kiku Honda's been shunted down to the top of the bottom half. And the GOAT has actually managed to move from 15th to 6th, which is an achievement in my book. Hamill's increased his lead by 2 points. Steve Morgan's jumped ahead of Eric Monaco, who hasn't scored a point for quite a while now. And Morgan's now only 13 points behind Derek Hamill. Smith's moved up a bit. Yeah, there's lots of ties. The GOAT and Smith are tied for points. Sir and Peters are tied, and Taylor and Hagiwara are tied. Now for the constructors, I think I made an error in the previous race. I think I put Prost ahead of BAR. But to now Prost are tied with BAR. There's that. Jaguar's moved ahead of Sauber with Hagiwara's 3 points today. Minardi's moved up from behind Prost and into 8th place. Ferrari's managed to get an extra point, which is fantastic. Williams has 40 now. McLaren's just 1 point ahead of their Irish rival Jordan with their 2nd place from Steve Morgan today. Benetton's still holding 5th, but Jaguar could easily enter the lead if they don't score points. The 2 drivers, Monaco and Co, in the next 4 races. It's been Hannah Fuds. It's been a time and a half in honor. Not sure why I say Hannah Fuds anymore. And I will see you in the next video.